would rather hang in your living room than your bed. Congratulations, your parents didn't give.
Okay, first and foremost, I'm not trying to disagree entirely. I just want to give you, or whoever watches this video, another perspective on things. Because sometimes things are not A or B. Things are not black or white. Things are not day or night. They are in-betweens, you know. And saying just because somebody prefers to hang around in their living room rather than their bed means that they didn't get any type of childhood trauma or survived childhood abuse or whatever is such a broad, superficial statement that is kind of ignorant, you know. Because there are people that were not allowed to be free in their households, that were not allowed to be moving around free in the house. That anytime they were and somebody entered the living room, it equates to stress. It meant problem. It meant argument and violence. It meant mental stress. It meant not being at peace. So sometimes people like that have a way of reclaiming that peace and that power and that roaming around everywhere in the house as a form of, I wasn't allowed to, but now I can. It's a way of self-expression. It's a way of healing your inner child because you weren't allowed to, or you weren't at peace where you were, but now you are. Now you're an adult. You are the one that rules the household now. So sometimes people that rather stay in their living room rather than their bed are reclaiming their freedom, are reclaiming their peace, are reclaiming being human and not being traumatized, spoken to anyhow, abused every single time they crossed path with someone in the household that was giving them stress. So videos like this can be so invalidating for people that suffered from several types of child abuse, from neglect, from whatever form of trauma you can think of, and are now dealing with it as adults in their own ways and their own capabilities. And then seeing videos like this being like, oh, so everything I suffered from is not that bad just because someone on TikTok said so. I get these are only words, but words have power. And sometimes someone might not be mentally that stable. Somebody might not be secured in their healing process yet. Somebody might have not even started their healing process yet. Somebody might still be beginning to understand and comprehend what they've gone through all their lives. And encountering videos like this does not help. It costs nothing to be more empathic to another person's trauma. It costs nothing to be more understanding to another person's trauma. It costs nothing to be more aware of that. We don't all think alike. We don't all heal alike. We didn't all experience the same things. It costs nothing to just shift the perspective, hear one another out, and understand that the way you heal is not the way another person heals. And the way another person heals is still not the same to the way I heal, the way you heal. Every experience is different, every childhood is different, and everybody suffers from trauma in a different way, and everybody heals from trauma in a different way. And in many cases, how we experience trauma and how we are trying to heal from it reflects in the way we raise children or in the way we reparent ourselves. Because some of us that weren't parented properly now don't just have to raise our children, we have to reparent ourselves. And at the same time, heal our inner child, heal our current adulthood, understand our triggers, work against our triggers, heal our trauma, be doing inner work while still raising another human being without re-traumatizing that other human being, because we are not ready to have a wall between our own triggers and our own trauma and the next generation. And videos like this are not helping at all. Thankfully, I'm at a point in my healing journey where I've sought help. I'm in therapy. I'm walking through that shit. And it's fucking hard. It's fucking hard. I'm still learning about my triggers. I'm still learning how to deal with it. I'm still learning how to communicate it. I'm still learning to understand myself. I'm still learning to understand my children, to give them the right tools to never have to heal from me as their mother and their childhood. That's not just it. It's not it. Especially not because we say, oh, it's only content. People's lives and people's trauma are not only content. There are people out there that take things literally, because they were never taught otherwise. They never got the tools to have common sense. They never got the tools to understand things that are seen as normal for many other people. For instance, there was a situation, I was like maybe 8. I was at a friend's house and she screwed up a maths test we had. The mom came from work. She came and she was like, hi, how was school? Blah, 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 blah. So my friend was like, school was fine, although we got back our math test and I screwed up. I was sitting in the corner and I was ready for the storm. I was ready. And do you know what happened? That mom was like, how bad is it? And the girl was like, okay, in Germany, the grading system works from 1 to 6, 1 being the best, 6 being the worst. And she scored a 5. So she was like, it was really bad. It was a 5. And the mom was like, wow, that's a mess. So next time, maybe do you need extra support? Do you need extra lessons? I'm sure next time you will do better. I was stunned. I was flabbergasted. 8-year-old me could not comprehend that you can fuck up as a child in fucking primary school and not be beaten for it, not be mentally and verbally abused for it. I asked my friend and I said, so are you getting the beating later? She looked at me, she was like, what beating are you talking about? I was like, you fucked up. Like, you just screwed up the math test, right? She was like, okay. I was like, so is she going to beat you later? Like when I'm gone so that I don't see it? She was like, my mom never beat me before.